Yeah, hello. Hello there, YouTube land. How are you doing? I hope you're very well. I hope everything is all winning for you. Now then, let's have a little look. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm using a different setup. I've got a mixer thing going on. I'm not peaking on the mixer, so that's good. At least I don't think I am. So that seems to be doing fine and dandy. But hopefully you can hear me, you can see me, and it should be nice and clear as well. So please do let me know about that. What am I looking at here? ISO 400, oh, about 2.8, a little bit of a blurry background maybe. So yeah, is this on? Is this happening? There we go. There we go. There we go. Loud and clear. Good stuff. Sounds like you're in a bucket, mate. Well, what am I supposed to do with that kind of information? Eh? What am I meant to do with that? But I mean, let me just check, make sure I'm using the right microphone. Yeah, yes, mixer, yes. Ah well, fuck it. It's gonna have. Is it sounding crap? Is it? Is it really sounding rubbish? That pillock from Scotland's got me worried about it now. It's supposed to sound quite good audio-wise, but I'm not entirely sure. Now I'm worried. I'm worried. Nice haircut, thank you very much. A bit echoey. Twat, why is it echoey? It shouldn't be echoey. It shouldn't be echoey. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. No, that's using the thing. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not even going to worry about it today. Today is just a quick one. It's not a vlog. So really it's just a case that I wanted to have a chat with you guys. There's a few things that that's been coming up of late, and I've been getting loads of requests for tanks. So I thought I would just kind of have a little bit of a thing. See, it shouldn't be. Can you hear this? Did that sound... Am I even using the right fucking... What am I even using? the right input here? Is it line in headphone? It should be fine. I don't know. I don't know. No, can't hear that. Right. Bollocks. Right. Hang on. Hang on. Stick with me, gang. Stick with me. We'll pop that over there. More science is needed. So I'm going to stick this in here. It's okay. I don't want it to be just okay. I want it to be the tits. I'm a highly professional individual, don't you know? Highly professional individual. But let's have a little crack on with this one. So if I do that, and then I turn that one off, and that one on. Boom. Okay. Now? Anything now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Wait for it. Wait for it. Whoop. What about now? What? Sound is back. Yay! There we go. Yes! Technical as fuck. Right. So hopefully the sound is a little bit better than what you were hearing before. Fingers crossed. Maybe. I give no shit. I need a vape now. Anyway, so Hello there to every single one of you. Thank you very much for joining me. This isn't a vlog, as I was saying earlier on, before everything went horribly, horribly wrong. This is just a bit of a catch-up. I've had loads of people ask me about doing tank reviews, mainly manufacturers rather than people, but I occasionally get the comments or I occasionally get comments about tanks and stuff. So I thought I'd just put a quick video up to have a quick chat about tanks, about some things that I really like, and a few questions that have been going around in my head a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to start reviewing loads of tanks all of a sudden, but this is something where I just thought I'd have a little bit of a chinwag for you guys. Since this week, or since a few days ago, you may have seen there's been a couple more videos up on the channel, and that's a very conscious thing. I think I've broken the back over a large portion of the stuff that was stopping me doing recording, so we've got a lot of positive things happening now. So fingers crossed we're all good as gold, and now we can take the channel to the next level. We're a nice chuff away from 60,000 now, which is unbelievable. I did not think it was going to be a thing, but no, it turns out it really, really is, which you know, it surprised me as much as anybody else. Yeah, essentially what we're doing is I'm going to try and make sure I get plenty of stuff uploaded. I will have a look at the chat in a moment, but I still don't feel comfortable with turning around reviews on stuff quite quickly. Obviously, some people may, and that's perfectly fine and dandy because we all have different testing process. But for me personally, I've got a lot of stuff that built up over Christmas, which means that I can get a bunch of videos out fairly quickly. But my overall idea is to go into doing kind of 2 or 3 product reviews a week, back to that kind of level with a vlog every week, and do a live vlog, a Monday Night Live again, and then have maybe like a tutorial every couple of weeks, that kind of thing as well. So that's what I'm planning on doing. So who have we got in here? Hello, DJ LSB Vapes. How you doing, Daniel? Are you all right, fella? Nice to see you. Mr. Todd is very kindly doing some hammering in chat, so if anyone is a rude bastard, then they'll get booted. Simple as that, really. So yeah, let's not do that one. Let's play nicely. I trust a lot of you probably saw the article that I put up lately. What's this? This is it. I've got an up close camera going on, you see. I trust a lot of you saw the article that I put up on the YouTube community page. Yeah, it's all about just being nice, you know, being a nice person. So right, let's have a quick look at chat before I get into doing this. Isn't going to go on for ages either. I've got to be hanging out with the wife for about 6 tonight, so I've got another 50 minutes to go, so just it's not going to be a huge one. Right, what else have we got going on? Just to point out a few people there: James O'Meara, Augustine Garcia, James O'Meara again, Josh Harper, Jared Garrett, Thomas Grimaldi, the Vape Invader, Marco Pixoto. Let's go with that one. Hi, how you doing? Daniel, I said hello to you. The Nurse Vapes, thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much for your comment on the Fibro video, the Nurse Vapes, I think you put the other day. I have a really hard time getting on top of all the comments, and I haven't replied to many comments on that video, mate, not because I'm a rude bastard, but it's really, I don't really know what to say, to be honest with you, and I think a lot of you that have sort of commented in there will understand that as well. So, but thank you so much, and I'm so pleased that it's been helpful to various people. Eric Rouse, what we got? Scott Bogfoot, DNNNNNNNS84. Right, what else we got going on? Charles Rawlings, Vaping Bachelor, Graham Bennett. There's a bunch of you. There's 230 of you watching. I thought at this time on a Saturday there'd be like, you know, 30 people. You know, I thought that'd be fine. James O'Meara, Vaping Biker, I want to live where you live. I think the wife might have a bit of an issue with that, in all honesty, I'm not going to lie. But anyway, let me have a vape. Hi, Larry from Florida. How you doing? I just saw your little happy smiley face poke up there. What else have we got? Bryce Vapes, James Ramirez here, Corey, amen. There's a loads of you in here. So thank you so much for joining me. Dean, hope you and the missus is well. How's she suffering at the moment with fibro? Sucks, brother. It sucks, but you know, we're all sort of persevering through. I've now got, and I don't know if I can really show you this very easily, but my rig setup is the tits now. I've got a cage around me now. I've got my 700D poking down inside a cage. I've got lights hanging here. I've got all sorts of good stuff. So I'm just tweaking that a little bit. Hopefully, as you will have seen over the last couple of videos, the Iconic Vapes one I did, and the Iconic RDA rather I did, and I was using a lav mic for that and it was a bit shit. And yesterday's video of the B2K I think is sounding much better. Is that going to focus? There we go. Look, even a blurry background. Look, fucking what? Technical af. But I'm having a great time. I think someone asked me, sent me a message or something asking which mod this is. This is the EOS, and this is made by the lovely people that made the Lunar Squonker that I loved so much last year. But this was done in a little bit more detail with the Asmodus guys, because it's got the Asmodus touchscreen going on there, which I'm sure you're all fully aware of by now. So, you know, there we go. That's that. Now then, but I really do like. I know I gushed. I know I gushed during the review a little bit, but I really do like it. But anyway, there we go. So let's. I will try and pay attention to chat. If you've got a very definite question about what we're talking about, I've just realised I've been talking about stuff that I would ordinarily cover in the vlog, so I might have fucked up there. But but no, there's been a bunch of tanks, and as a reviewer, as Britain's #1 UK reviewer. As a reviewer, I do get sent stuff, and you know, a lot of the time I'll tell people that that I don't do tanks, for one, and I don't do juice reviews for two. However, sometimes both of those things still come along, and if I try them out and I really like them, then I tell you about them. And so something along those lines has happened recently. Now I've got a bunch of stuff, tanks, which I'm not going to go into, and okay, here's a thing. And I've got a mesh tank here, which I've got two, which will be going to my Patreon supporters. But I've got two of these mesh tanks from Vandy Vapes. I still, and please do tell me your opinion on this, I still cannot see any benefit whatsoever with using mesh as a coil substitute. I can't wrap my head around it. I do not get a better experience at all. The dry hits are the worst things on the planet, and I don't like it. I would like to see more tanks that come out with, like the old school Jenny days, of using mesh as maybe as a wicking material to help get that juice up there, rather than fucking around by putting it in a coil, because I just don't get it. I can't wrap my head around it. It just does not work for me. Like I say, the dry hits are horrid, and a lot of people say that the taste of it is amazing and all that sort of stuff. And if you're using a fruit, then you kind of get a clean taste. But generally, I use a lot of, as you know, stainless steel coils anyway, and I get a very similar sort of cleanliness personally to the taste when I do that. So for me, I get zero benefit and just a whole lot more hassle, and I don't get it. I don't get it at all. So not even going for it. So you know, I'd like to hear your opinions. So start it with @VapingBiker and then put your comment in uppercase. If you're someone that really likes mesh as a coil material, then just tell me why. Tell me why you think that's a good thing. Because at the minute, one of the things that I had, hang on, let me see if I can get this for you. 2 secs. Ow. Ow. Oh. Okay, so one of the things that I was sent was this M24 from Vapuff, which is a mesh RDTA thing. Now, I tried to build it. For one of the unboxings for the Patreon guys. And what happened was, when you let me see if I can just show you this deck on here. Now, I'm not just going to bin the idea of this one entirely. I'm just trying to let you know. Is that even going to focus? It's not, is it? If I've got to get it in front of my face, is that going to help? There we go. So it's got the holes for two. Hang on. For two wicks, coils. There we go. But this apparently doesn't say it anywhere on the box, but is meant to only be single coiled with mesh and dual coiled for regular coils. And not being aware of that, I put 2 bits of mesh in there to try it out. instantly melted the insulator on the inside, just pissed everywhere. And just a terrible, terrible idea. And I went back and I fed back to them and said it's a terrible idea, and if it's not meant to be used in a certain way, then if it's only meant to be a single coil, make it a fucking single coil. That was a mesh one that I thought, no, I'll give it a go, and no, hated every second of it. Didn't even get to vape it because it was it just crap. So that's the thing. But then we get more of these, and I know that companies are starting to do them because in their idea, no one else is doing it, or not many other people are doing it, so we better get involved and get onto it. But what I'm trying to explain to a lot of people is that no, no, a lot of people aren't doing them because they're a fucking nightmare. Right, here we go. Nova Vapors. I like mesh due to the pure taste I get from it. I'm kind of old school vapor, and it reminds me of the old Jenny style of vaping. Interesting. So, as an old school vapor, Nova Vapors, do you find that you're putting extra power and extra wattage through it, going through batteries quicker, having a lower resistance, and therefore going through juice quicker than you would have done back in the day when you had a Jenny? Do you know what I mean? So that's a little back and forth to go on there. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on that one. Dual coil mesh, yes please. Well, apparently not. Or Augustine, they say no to that. So no, you can't. So even though you could, you can't, because it'll melt the insulator. I'm a fan of mesh for flavour, but only use it with rayon and in temp control. Rayon helps maintain good contact with mesh, takes care of dry hits. Temp control takes care of dry hits. Yeah, and I kind of get that. I mean, we saw that with, what was that RDA? Mesh RDA, was it? That I think pretty much everyone looked at and said that if you're gonna vape it in temp control with stainless steel. And you'll be fine and dandy. But no, I don't like, when I buy a product in 2018, in 2014, in 2013, we were restricted to what we could use because there weren't other options. Now there are options galore, and the technology and the knowledge to be able to make stuff pretty well. And this is a nice little segue into where I'm about to go. And that is the fact that this Wotofo Bravo tank. Now, this tank is a tank that came across. I've got a few of them. Once again, I'm going to save a couple for the raffles that are going to go on later on in the year. But also the rest will go to the Patreon people. But for this is actually a really good tank. Now, it's not getting a full review because I don't review tanks, but I wanted to talk to you about this, why I think this is a good review, why I think this is a good tank, but also about the kind of the state of tanks, because something kind of occurred to me. Now, telling you about this one, the knurling isn't going to be for everybody. You've got knurling on top and bottom going on there, as you may be able to see. There we go. So you've got knurling top and bottom. You've got Honk & Gray 810 drip tip on the top there, and big old airflow going on. It's a dual coiler, and it has a kind of a reverse clamp situation going on where the clamps are underneath, kind of like a half a Cheetah, half a Bonza kind of vibe. And it's okay. It's all right to coil. I've not really had any problems. The wicking on it is not too bad at all. I've not really had a dry hit issue. I've thrown a bunch of coils in here, and I've had a really enjoyable experience. It's not the loudest. It seems like it's kind of just borderline on a whistle sometimes, but it's not the loudest. It's a nice, smooth, non-turbulent airflow. And one of the great things about this that Mr. Todd pointed out in his review was the fact that there's not many threads. There's only like the 2 threads. I think you pointed out anyway. There's only like the 2 threads on the top of the tank. So if you've got sort of grip issues, the knurling helps to begin with, but then you're not unscrewing it forever just to be able to take the tank off. So I think that's fantastic. So as a tank works, when I got this, I threw it on. I thought it's just another tank from Wotofo, but it's actually really, really well done. And then that kind of got me in the idea of going, well, is this a spectacular tank? Is this something that kind of blows a whole bunch of things away? And yes, it does to some degree, in my opinion. But the other thing is it kind of more prominent because there's a lot of other tanks that are just really bad. Do you know what I mean? We've got so many tanks. I mean, sub-ohm tanks and RTAs seem to be the in vogue thing, and they have been for quite some time. But no, for this sort of thing, it just works really, really nicely. It works really well. And unlike a lot of them that are just thrown out to the public super, super quickly, this is working really, really nicely. And so because of that, hey, I'll tell you what, you know, I've just realised that while I was holding the thing up to the camera, I've got a close-up camera. Boom, boom. You should be able to hear me still. There we go. Look, tanky poos. It's upside down, which is a bit of a pain in the dick. But do I need to go on to? Do I need to go on to the autofocus? Let's see what it's like on the autofocus. So no, there we go. And I think as far as tanks go, it doesn't look too bad at all. Like I say, the knurling on the top I think is really, really good, and you know, it works. It just works well. And let me just, I know you can see me in the corner there. Do you like that? A little bit extra for you. A little bit extra loving. Hey. I will have a little look in the chat. I think, is Alex there? I want to talk about Alex's tank in a moment as well. Now then, with my one, with my jobby there, when they arrive, they do come with a larger kind of more bulbous tank situation going on as well, which is fine. However, this is delicate as you like. I just tried to carefully put my the one in the other box onto the tank that I'm using, instantly snapped it. So if you do decide to go with one of these, then just make sure you lube the shit out of your O-rings prior to doing anything. Obviously you've got a 510 drip tip thingamajig there, and you do have a spare tank and all the normal stuff you get with the Wotofo products. But this is the rainbow one. I don't get rainbow stuff. I don't get it. Don't get it. But no, you've got a kind of like this massive spacer thing in there, which looks awful to me, but allegedly I think is going to reduce that to 2 mil. But let's have a little look under the the thing, and there you go. You can see hopefully, if that's remotely focused, where's the middle? There you go. Is that focusing? I don't fucking know. But no, there you go. So I mean, that's the deck. You do have to thin the wick out. I find if you're putting a 3 mil coil in here, you thin the wick out a little bit to make sure that you get it down those holes nice and easily without being too compressed, and no dry hits, no wicking issues, no problems whatsoever. So I think this works really, really nicely. But once again, nothing stunning. It's kind of like the GTA style, when there's plenty of sort of space going on underneath there as well. So there's lots to look at with that one. But yeah, I've had no problems with it whatsoever, and I think that's really, really cool. But yeah. Oh, hang on. Before I do that, let me just show you this threading thing, just in case you are unaware of it. So what we've got going on there is, if I just unscrew this top cap, can I do it? There we go. Boom, we're off. And you can see that there's pretty much no threading. There is like just the 2 threads going on around there, which makes life super easy. So a little bit of a press to compress the O-ring, and then just give it a couple of turns, and boom, we're tight, which I think is brilliant. So fantastic if you've got something for, if you've got sort of dexterous issues and all that sort of stuff. It just works really, really nicely. And so I've got to give full props to Wotofo for that. You've got a little bit of an angled, I wouldn't say domed, but sort of an angled thing going on the inside there at the bottom of the chimney. And there is a bit of a step there. And I don't know if that step is meant to kind of reduce condensation on the inside, to reduce spitback or not. I don't know, but it seems like it kind of does a pretty reasonable job if that is the case. But no, all in all, I think this is a banging little tank, and I've been super happy with mine. And I just literally recoiled it up, as Mr. Todd will tell you, just before I came on air. So you know, it's one of those things that impresses the crap out of me. By the way, I have got this just to I'll probably tell you about this on the vlog, but I've got this on the new Dovpo V, I think it's called, which is a variable voltage device. It's super simple, rubber bit going on there, shows you the voltage there. When you fire it, it tells you the resistance of your coil. You've got an up and down button for your voltage, and then you've got like a mechanical on-off switch going on right there. Super easy, quite chunky, quite sort of beefy in the hand. The fire button is a little bit on the cheap side, but no, I'm enjoying using this one as well. But there you go. So that's one of the things. And like I said, am I more impressed with this tank now? because of the run of quite poor tanks of late, or am I impressed with it because it's actually just really fucking good? And I'm undecided, but it is really good. So if you're thinking about buying one, think about it. For sure. Now then, to have a quick look before I talk about the Berserker. What have we got going on? I need an RTA. Desperately never end one. Got the Orgvape V200 on the way. Figure a tank would be best. Yeah, give it a crack. I mean, it's Wotofo, so I imagine it'll be like 25, 30 quid. And it comes in a bunch of different colours. I've got a golden one, a metal one, a blue one, a black one, the rainbow one, and the stainless one. So they're a fabulous bunch of colours going on there. Talking of which, the Drop RDA has now been released in a bunch of colours, and the blue one on that one looks sexy. I'm going to try and take some pretty photos of that. Now then, what else has got? I think Dean moisturises his hands. Well, you know, got to be a sensitive person. No, sadly, because I'm not in a garage kind of lumping motorbikes around anymore, they are a little bit on the softer side. Looks manicured as well. No, I just use nail clippers like every other human. Because, and I've never bit my nails, but if you do bite them down, they look horrible. But the moment I get any kind of growth, much like a lot of reviewers, we get a load of shit in the comment section going, cut your nails. But there you go, it's a thing. Anyway, vape time. Now then, what else? Yes, one of the things I did a review on the this is going to leak. I haven't used it for a little while. I haven't used it for a little bit, but now I did a review on Alex from Vapors MD. I did a review on his big old Berserker tank ages ago, and I really liked it. Now I've not done a review on the 22mm because I mean it's essentially the same, but I was thinking I should have really broken this open so I could show you. But no, I like this tank. Now, I've had this sitting on top of my Limelight. Still got the battery in there, as you can see. I've had it sitting on top of there now for absolutely ages. I stick a 26 gauge spaced coil, stainless steel coil in there. I run this in temp mode, and I have a fucking good mouth-to-lung experience. If you're a mouth-to-lung vapor, I still fully believe that the Berserker tanks are the absolute best tanks that have come out in 2017 for mouth to lung. If you want a lung hit, it's not your thing. If you want to blow big bad boy clouds, it's not your thing. But for a mouth to lung tank, this to me has been better than some of the high-end tanks that I've looked at in the past and over the last 12 months. So for the money these bad boys cost, I honestly don't think you can go wrong with this. I think they're just absolutely superb. So, you know, that's something that I just wanted to highlight, because seeing as we're talking about tanks, let's fucking carry on talking about tanks. Now, I'm actually going to be buying another tank in the near future, just because it really interests me, and I am going to do a review on that one because it's a little bit different and it's a little bit lower price range in this particular manufacturer's kind of spectrum of tanks. So I am going to be doing that one, but this is not meaning that I'm going to get into reviewing tanks all the time. It's just not going to happen. Just not happening. So unless something comes out that just blows your mind and is so different, it's unbelievable. And I know a lot of people say, well, it's difficult for RDAs to do the same sort of thing, and I agree, it is massively difficult to do that as well, but you've got to put a line somewhere. I can't, like I said at the start, I want to get back to reviewing 2 or 3 products a week, and then have time to do tutorials and the other things that I want to do with this channel, as well as I want to set up a second channel as well to do other stuff. So it gives me a chance to focus on the stuff that I think you might want to watch, rather than just throwing a fuck ton of stuff out there. So you know, full power to those people that can put out so much stuff, but I just can't. Partly because I'm an idiot, partly because I'm really slow, partly because when I do reviews and stuff, it does sometimes, you know, with the old brain fog and all that sort of stuff, just editing can be the biggest pain in the ass ever. And also, I want to really kind of work hard to do the best content I can do, and I want to get back to doing like the fun intros and all that sort of stuff. I did a bit of an interesting intro to the Iconic RDA, and I had fun doing that, and it kind of made me want to do more, but I can't do that that if I'm pressuring myself to put more and more content out. So that's where I want to go. So hopefully you guys continue to enjoy that. But it was something where, you know, as of the last year or so, I've not been able to, you know, do all the tanks as well, because there's billions of the fucking things, and the majority of tanks are all the same. That's why this one has just stood out to me a little bit. Well, I mean, the Berserker stood out to me just because it's one of the best ones that I've had from Back to Love. But the Bravo stood out to me because it's actually just really good. Doesn't do anything kind of unbelievable. It's not innovative like you've never seen before, but it just works really well. So I know Todd's done a review of it, so go and check that out. I know that Mr. Sam Vaping Bogan, he's done one as well, so go and check him out. But no, there you go. Right, now, is there anything else I'm going to try and hold some stuff back for the vlog about sort of new stuff that's come in, but no, is there anything that you guys want to have a chat about while I'm here? Let's try and make this a little bit of a productive time, shall we? Let me have a little sip of Monster. Yes, I know it'll kill me. Don't, you know. Taste that caffeine-y, low sugar goodness. Right, let's have a little look at the comments. Alex from Vapors OD, why didn't you translate on your videos? My new videos will have English subtitles. Excellent. Look forward to that, Alex. Because I tried the YouTube subtitles. They're not the best. Now then, what else? I see what you did there, Corbin. Isn't it easy to translate videos because it can cost money? Absolutely. I think don't the Fiverr people, don't they offer a translation service as well? I might be wrong on that one. But what have we got going on here? Pardon me. Sorry if you don't like burping and think it's vulgar. You know, it is. I am. DJ Out of Speed loves the Bravo 2. Excellent. Really digging the picture-in-picture, Dean. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, you know, having a little go at doing something a little bit funky. It's got to be done, isn't it? Beard oil do you use? I've started getting some stuff by a company called The Old Norse. If you look at The Old Norse, .co.uk, I think. If you do that, those guys a bit of a Google. They're made not too far. The guy makes it not too far away from me, and I think it's fantastic. Get that oil on your beard and get some of the balm to really kind of seal that oil in, and it keeps everything looking tight. I've not actually put balm. I've just put the oil on it today, but you know, shit happens. What else we got going on here? Big O Adrian, thank you very much indeed for your $5 what's it called? Super chat. Thank you so much. Just not to dismiss that, but thank you very much indeed. No question, but thank you very much. If you do want to sort of contribute to the channel, obviously we have got the PayPal Me. I've not mentioned that in ages, but you can see that in the description of every video other than the live ones. And also there's obviously the Patreon channel where I do like I do unboxings as soon as stuff comes in, and tend to do a few first impressions on that side of things. And also I had a bit of a weird thing with Patreon not being happy with me running a raffle inside Patreon recently, so I'm kind of working out other things. So there's stuff going on that's evolving, and there's things happening on that one. Right, what juice am I vaping on? I'll tell you what made me super happy today. Who asked me that one? Big Chief. I found one of these bad boys in my wall of juice, which is Suburban from Daily, which is kind of like a choc and mint sort of thing. And I think I must have got this from Expo and then forgot all about it because it is quite dark. But I love it. I love it so much. But also in the B2K, I'm still using the Dinamints from. You can see that on Union of Vapors. Is that ever going to focus? What about if I do that? There we go. Go and check those out. Creamy, chewy candy. Dinamints. Think that stuff's bloody gorgeous. So having a cracking time with that one at the moment. So yes, enjoying. Tess is asking if I'm going to Expo in May. Absolutely. I'll definitely be doing both the Expos. I'm unsure about whether I'm going to go to Jam or not. If I do, then it'll probably be just as a day trip, and probably just on the Saturday, just so I can come down and say hi to a bunch of people. Keep an eye out on social media if you're interested in saying hello on that one, because I'll let people know what day I'm going to go. I'm sure it'll be the Saturday, but no, I think it's going to be a bit of a push for me to do the whole the whole weekend at the moment. But expos, I'm definitely going to do both the expos if there is two. I'll be doing those bad boys. I will not be going to Vape Fest this year. Right, on single coils RTAs, is it better spaced, 2.5 or 3mm? That depends very much on the RDA personally. Sometimes I kind of get in a zone to have space coils. I use a lot of space coils for mouth to lung stuff, because I will do a space coil in 26 gauge stainless just to get the kind of the wick coverage more than anything else. So for me, I get a better flavour when I'm doing that kind of thing, rather than kind of bunching up those sort of 7 wraps or whatever super close when it comes to a mouth to lung setup. But with a lot of the bigger tanks, a lot of the lung hitting tanks, then I will put the Claptons in, generally like the ones that I've made a video about in the past, about the ones that I like to make. Right, what are we going? Ed Tucker, artist can't vape, have flu, chest infection. Boo, that sucks. But at least you can kind of take that time out to clean your stuff and really get what you're going to go for. You know, really get what you get excited about what you're going to vape when you're well enough. Maybe, I don't know. Your thoughts on the new Kylin Mini RTA? I've got one. So let me. Seeing as we're looking at tanks, do you want to see it? Do you want to see it? For anyone that's not seen it, and it gives me a chance to use my new thing. So let's have a little look going on here. Now I've got this cable going around here. Incredibly bad cable management, because I just threw it together. Right, so there we go, the Kylin Mini RTA. That's some of that action going on. Boom, some of those apples. So we've got another bulbous glass situation going on there. If you want it, you've got the Kylin Mini going on there, and you've got one of their drip tips that. This one's got lines on it. This isn't the kind of the almost dock tip like one. This is a liney one. But no, under here, what we've got going on, which I thought was quite weird, and I don't know if it's going to come on under camera, or you'll be able to see it under camera, but you can see the deck there is gold plated. Which is a bit strange in a stainless steel tank. I don't really understand what they're going on with there. But no, the only main kind of thing that's different that I can see, I've not built it up yet, to be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure whether I will or not, I might do, is the airflow. You can see that you've got that kind of, if you're an old skater, an old sort of half pipe sort of side of things going on there. So it looks as though it's going to distribute the air from the underside and the side of your coil. I don't know how that's going to work. It seems like it could be a bit of an issue. But even if it does work well, and this is something that does frustrate me with tanks at the moment, they try and make huge build space areas, because obviously this is a kind of a postless sort of job going on. They try and make huge build space areas so you can get these big 3.5mm coils in there. But then you've got a tiny kind of space for your wick, so you've got to really thin it out like a bastard to be able to get in there. So I can imagine that could have a few builds in it before you get into grips with not getting dry hits on that one. But that's my opinion on that one. Not built it yet, like I say. Now then, have you tried the Siren V2? Yes, I have. I've tried the Siren V2, the Aries, and the Cthulhu one, whatever that's called. And to be honest with you, I think the original DigiFlavor Siren was better, and the reason I think it's better, and I think it might be because it holds a special place in my heart, because those of you that have been on the channel for a while may remember that I did a kind of a shootout. I reviewed the DigiFlavor Siren V1 along with the K-Fun 5, was it? I think it was a K-Fun 5, and then the Hurricane, oh, what was that, 1.5, 2? What was it called? What was it called? Does it say? It doesn't say on it. Fucking doesn't say on it. What? There you go, look, someone tell me. What was that? What was that one? Let me know what that fucker was. Anyway, yeah, and I did the 3 of them. I kept this one. I sold the K-Fun. This, I'm not going to do that. I'll pop that there. But I really liked the Hurricane, although there was a lot of moving parts. But the Siren meant that you could close it down, although it wasn't kind of built to be really tight mouth to lung. When it comes to mouth to lung, I feel it should emulate a cigarette. I feel that it should be kind of really, really tight. And that's one of the great things about the Berserker, because it naturally goes down to a super tight kind of what is it, like a 0.8, I think, 0.8 mil, is it? At the smallest hole, which I think think is fantastic. And I use mine on the second hole and have a brilliant, brilliant vape with that. And I think that's superb. And the DigiFlavor, you could kind of, I think you kind of had to hold or you had to sort of push the airflow ring sort of half and half over the smallest hole, and it worked, and it did quite a good job. But I don't think they've improved on that design when it comes to a mouth to lung vape, to be honest with you. So there we go. That's my opinion on that one. Christian, if you don't mouth to lung, please stop commenting. I sincerely hope you're not talking to me there, Christian, because I do mouth to lung. It's just I don't make many videos about it. So now then, I wish I knew where that dripped. I've got a bright. There it is. Found it. Calm down. Calm down. Don't want to lose a bright orange drip tip, do you? Now then. What have we got going on here? What ohm would you do to build for a mech squonker? I would generally, it depends what kind of atomizer I'm using once again, but generally I'll build between 0.15 and 0.2. And a lot of the time that'll be with one of my Claptons. Did you ever try the DNV Split Atty, or its new version, the Scar? Asks Steve. No, I didn't. Never did. I really wanted to try the Split Atty, but it was so expensive. I couldn't afford it at the time, and no, I haven't. I never got hold of one. Right, what else we got? Thomas Brennan here from the USA. Hello. Why no one draw drip tip out with a filter in it to reduce the draw mouth to lung? I think the filter would get blocked because it's vapor as opposed to smoke, so I think that's probably why, Stuart. So I think that's that would be the reason why. And that's the other thing. I mean, the Berserker does this really, really well. It's all about what goes on underneath the coil. It's not just how tight the airflow is going in on the outside of the device. It's about how that airflow goes in, how it goes underneath the coil, and then how it comes up through the sort of the barrel of the chimney and up the chimney and into your mouth. So a mouth to lung tank isn't as simple as just closing down the airflow. Hello from Denmark. Hello, Soren. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Thank you very much for joining me. The Constantino, the troll I'm using, and I have no reason to replace it soon, although I have a lot of other RTAs. Same with the Reload, Engine Nano, and EH Pro Billo V3. Absolutely. And that's something else that I think the hobbyist vapors amongst us get really, really excited. And I've said this before. We get really excited about new stuff because we're hobbyists. It's a hobby. We like something new and shiny. And that's exactly the same with anything else. I am all over that with photography at the minute. I am loving lenses. At the minute, I've got a 100mm Canon lens on the up close camera, which I think is fantastic. I love it to pieces, but I want to take that off of there so I can go and take photos with it and have a really crisp zoom lens. But you know, that's big money, and you know, like we've said in vaping. Just because you can't afford something doesn't you're not entitled to having it. You have to save up for it. Just like I'm having to save up for a sexy Sigma fucking whatever 70 to 200 zoom lens or whatever. What else we got going on here? William, they did the B2K kind of does. It's a spit back guard more than a filter, my friend. Louis in the house. Hello, Louis. Nice to see you. Vape and Biker, by the way, I just got to say, I bought my first mech after watching your video, and I got a Phantom and took my first RDA. It was the best. Absolutely. The Phantom, I showed the Phantom in the B2K video, and I still think, what do I do with it? Oh, it's up there, I can't reach it. And I still think it's an absolutely fantastic mech. I think if you can get one, I mean, they were cheap as piss like 2 years ago. So I imagine they'll be super cheap these days and really, really good. I really enjoy that mech. Apart from the dodgy kind of Phantom thing going on in the button. Apart from that, it's great. Vandy Vape, I don't know. RDTA. No idea. Not tried it. No plans to. There we go. Shall I rant? The Maze. I've got the Maze RDA. No, let's not do that. Aspire have done this, and I like Aspire products generally. Not so much a fan of the recent kit they've set out, particularly not a fan of the Revo tank, because these pancake-like coils with the tiny amounts of wick in, I think are just, they're awful. I personally just despise them with a passion. When I vape like this. Now, angle. That's the angle I'm vaping at. I am not vaping like that you have to do to get the saturated wick. The amount of dry hits I had on that Revo tank, I tell you, I made me want to pull my own eyeballs out. It was horrible. Right, what else have we got going on here? Dean, have you a used billet box? I have not. I haven't even got a new one. So there we go. But no, I've never used one. I asked a question a while ago now in a couple of groups about what the big thing with billet boxes was. I wasn't entirely sure. That little artery PAL, that little artery PAL thing, a lot of people said it was like a poor man's billet box. And I like this. I like this. So, you know, I might like a billet box. Oh, hello, I've got an Innikin Endura T20 leaked out all over my shelf. I might like a billet box, but I certainly do not like the price. So I won't be getting one. I'm not going to get a clone, obviously. Have you had any issue with bow pods leaking into the battery? No. Have I tried a bow? I think I've tried a bow. Pretty sure I've tried a bow. Yes, I've tried a bow. And no, I haven't. I got asked recently, and I've got a reply to their email, if I want to try out the new one by... Oh, what's that old school juice company? Oh, I can't remember the name of it. They did like loads of really green colour things, green and purple juices. There's a new one. Grim looked at it in his Fate Mail video last night, but I don't know if their pods are kind of legal in the UK. I don't know if they're under 20 milligrams, so I'm going to have a look at that one. Other reviewers said the Viva was the worst RDTA of the year. Fantastic, William. And when it comes to other reviewers and all that sort of stuff, don't forget, just the same, reviewers are exactly the same as you. It's just that they spend their time in front of a camera rather than you not. So everybody vapes differently. Everyone has a different styles, and so some people like stuff, some people don't like stuff. Doesn't make anyone right or wrong. I got a Squeeze a Squonk and a Dead Rabbit SQ. I have found a way to improve the flavour massively from already good to beyond the Wasp Nano. Fantastic animal, our original owner. Well done, you. I bought my Asmodus Minikin V2 after watching your video. Thanks very much. Thank you very much, Dave Herlock. I hope you're enjoying it. I've still got mine here. This still comes with me whenever I go to an event and I'm away for any period of time. I still take my Minikin V2. It's nice and small. You can put the battery life in it is absolutely amazing, and you can put so many really big atomizers on it, considering it's a small little thing. Space Jam Vaping Bachelor, fucking right, that's the one. That's the one. Nate also said that as well. So yes, they're the people. They're the people. Good work. Well done, team. Well done, team. Just watch a few videos. That's all I did. Fantastic. Is Salt Nick available in the UK? I think so, Bryce Vapes. Dr. Salt, they're a UK company, aren't they? I don't know. I don't know if you'd be able to. I don't think you'd be able to buy it like we used to be able to buy Mixing Nick. I imagine you'd have to buy Nick shots of it. But no, they'd be worth going and checking out. DeMillan, hey DeMillan, how you doing? Do you think stock pre-built heads for RDAs are viable, like the new Vanny Vape Haze? Well, no. This is something I said ages ago would be a good thing, but there are two problems with the way I see them at the moment, and this is kind of like for actual coils pre-built into a deck. Kangatech did it. Was it with the drip box kit, maybe? I think they did it like 2 or 3 years ago, but I was saying about it for ages. Totally my idea. But they tried it, and recently we've seen it a little bit more like DeMillan says there with the haze. And we've also got. I got sent the new iJoy Capo dual battery thing, and they've got a similar thing going on in there. The problem with this is a lot of the time they just throw these coils in there. They certainly don't have any evidence of being pre-fired to work out the hotspots, and then they just throw the wick in there. You've got no idea what the wicking material is. You've got no idea what the material of the coils are, and they're not the hotspots haven't been worked out. So currently, I think they're a shit idea. But if people do it properly, then you never know. Right, what have we got going on here? What have we got? I think Alex and Daniel, have your lovers tiff. What else we got? Any other questions? If you've got a question, please start off with @VapingBiker. We've got 5 minutes left. Just a hint, more than 5 minutes left. And there might be machine oil still on the coils too. Absolutely, Niji. Absolutely. Hello, Niji. Hi, how you doing? You'll be able to swap over to the Fresh 03 show directly after this. I'm not on it tonight, sadly. Like I said, I've been working quite a lot when I could this week, so I'm going to spend some time with my good lady wife this evening. So I'm not going to be on there tonight, but hopefully he'll have me back on there maybe next week or something. We'll see. Now then, what else have we got? Any other questions? Is there anything going on? Please put your questions @VapingBiker and then uppercase, capital letters. It just helps me see it because I'm old, I'm blind, and I'm a little bit thick. So if you can, that'll be ace. Thank you very much indeed. Now then, what good got going on? Where's Todd? Don't know. Is he in there? He might be in there. But I'm on it now. So if anyone's rude, I'm going to boot them myself. Fucking roosh. A bit like that. What do you think? 28, not in uppercase, capital letters. It helps me see them. But Stuart Waters, what do you think 2018 has in store for vaping? More squonkers. There will be more single battery mix, which is and unregulated ones, which I think is a bit of a shame. But I think we should have more dual battery squonkers, absolutely. And I want to see more devices that can take the 2650. I got the LG HG6 2650, and I think they're fucking brilliant batteries. I've really enjoyed using them in the devices they do fit in, so I've had a great time with those. I'd like to use those in regulated devices. I'm going to make one. I'm going to make one soon. So hopefully I've got an exciting idea for something. We'll wait and see. Anyway, which own coils do you like the most? It's entirely dependent on what device I'm using them on, Jay Jarry. So if it's for a mech, I generally go around about 0.14, thereabouts on a dual coil. Single coil about 0.23, something like that. Are you going to the royal wedding? Fuck no, Vaping Bachelor. How is Sani doing? Asks Larry F. She's brilliant. She's just yesterday, or the last 2 days, we've been trying to give her a haircut, and she's got so much hair because they're mountain dogs. Carpathian shepherds are used to being up in the mountains and scaring off big old beasties like wolves and things. So she's got so much hair that we've been. She's so big. She's a 50-kilo dog. Since we've started sort of putting some extra muscle on her, 50 kilos she weighs now. Fucking huge. But no, she's awesome, and she looks very sorry for herself. I'll see if I can show you a picture. No, otherwise she's a little angel, and we love her to pieces. If I can reduce my let me see if you can see this. You might be able to. You might not. Is that going to focus? There we go. Boom. That's kind of midway through having a haircut, and she looks a bit of a steak, bless her. She's a bit tidier than that now, though. Now then, what else have we got going on? Do you think Squid will do a 2700 double barrel in 2018? I don't know. I didn't get one of the original ones. I would like to have had one, though. They look quite cool. John Cook, good question. I've got your panels, and I have got. Hey, John, look. That's fucking oof. There we go. So I've got a couple of things to send out to you. They will be going out. Right. What else have we got going on here? What do you think of the influx of RDA from reviewers? I bought one from Bonza from the Vaping Bogan and loving it. It makes. One would hope that the reviewer products are good. You know, there is no best in anything, so they're going to be great for how, hopefully, that reviewer vapes. And if you vape like that reviewer, then fantastic, you're going to love it. But no, more power to it, I think. You know, it's no different to you coming up with a fantastic idea and contacting, you know, Geek Vape or whoever else, and you taking on it. It doesn't really make any difference who designs it, as long as the product at the end result is good. Do you have any problems with battery rattle on your Dreamer? No. Positive down. I always put my battery positive down. No problems at all. So there we go. That's that. Are there any unregulated dual unregulated squonkers out there? Yes. Yes. 502 Customs did one a little while ago. They did one. Yes, and I think there's another one coming out shortly, which will be much easier to get hold of. So yes. Have you tried the BF version of the Reload? No, I have not. So asks Frank, do you remember Berry Hot Nice Girls Barrels? Wear them proud. I don't know what that's all about, but there we go. I've got a couple of those HG6s on the way to try my bare bones and Triple X. Absolutely. I wanted a Driptych DS but can't find one. This is why I didn't review one, and that's because they were, as far as I was aware of, they were only selling them from themselves over in America, and they weren't using distributors in the UK or anything else. So I chose not to review one when I could, because whilst America is huge, a huge part of my audience, it's mildly bigger than my UK audience, and only mildly. So that only equates to kind of a 60% of my overall viewership. So if you can't buy a product, then unless it's something super special, then you know it's not something that I was totally into reviewing. So there we go. What else again? What do you think will be the hot product of 2018? Squonkers, Steve. I think Squonkers, we're going to see more Squonkers, my friend. But did you see the Capo 20, the SE Capo 2016? Is that the dual battery Squonker from iJoy? If it is, then I've got one. But I can't remember. Yes, it's Capo 216. Yes, I have one right here. Boom. There we go. Voila. I'm going to say talking about that until the vlog. Will you review Jay Hayes and the Vape and Postman's collaboration RTA? Probably, I don't know. Well, no, it's an RTA, so no, I won't be. Looking for another DNA 75 Squonker, but don't want to get a mortgage out yet. I can't think of any off the top of my head, to be honest with you. I can't think of any new DNA 75s that have come out that are squonk friendly at the moment. Is there anything else before I go? 528, that's it. That's it. Brain fog. There we go. 528 customers, not 502. Fucking idiot. Why was I thinking like were 502 drip tips like back in 2012? Were they a thing? Right. Any more questions? Get it on, and let's have some. What else is going on? Anything else? Dave Bartram. Yo, this is still going? Hey, not for much longer, my friend. Just about to finish it. Really, it was just me to talk about the tank thing and kind of going over again, because more people have come to the channel over the last year about why I don't review tanks, because they're pretty much all the same, but also I just haven't got the time to do everything. What else have we got going on here? Best mid to high range sub-ohm tank. I don't do tanks, so totally not the best person to ask about that one. But you know, YouTube is full of reviewers that review the shit out of tanks and do a very, very good job of it. So not something I can help you with on that one at the moment. One other thing, actually, hold on, was this one tank that I was quite surprised about being quite good. And once again, it's not getting a review, and it took a little bit for the coil to break in. But this Captain from iJoy. Was it from iJoy? I think so. But that's a sub-ohm tank, which seemed to be pretty good. How it compares to anything else on the market at the moment, fuck knows, because I don't review. So I never get them in. But I thought I'd give that a little bit of a blast over Christmas, I think it was, just because I had it and I was being lazy. Right, any more for any more? We are about to go. I'm 2 minutes over. Right, I'm in trouble. I'm in shtick. Alex from Vapers MD, I've got to email you still. I've not forgotten, buddy. Earl's got your package. Awesome, isn't it huge? Isn't there more stuff? Earl was one of the winners in the Woofle that happened over Christmas and had a huge package of stuff. So hope you're enjoying all of that sort of stuff. Did you receive tried Umie VLS RDA? No, that's the new one from the Umie people, isn't it? I think Mr. Todd quite likes it, so go and check out his channel, because I think he'll be doing a review for that in the not too distant future. Right, what else have we got going on? Any more for any more? I think when are you adding content to Patreon? Well, I do stuff to the Patreon stuff is going to be, who asked that one? where are we? Stuart. Stuart, I don't know if you're I can't remember if you're a Patreon supporter anyway, but whenever I get new stuff in, I do a live feed of the unboxing. But one of the things about the lack of content over the Christmas period and all of that sort of stuff has meant that I've not been able to do stuff and then give people kind of like a preview and all that sort of stuff. So this is, by kind of getting back into the swing of things and getting into a regular kind of routine once again, will mean that I'll get back into doing that one. I also do want to do a studio tour now. I've got things set up and I want to do a few other bits and bobs for the Patreon guys as well. So there we go. What's your favourite single coil flavour RDA? Mouth to Lung would be the No Legal from No Name Mods, and RDA for single coil, I can't think. I still really like the Hadley. I think that's a great single coiler. I can't remember what I've reviewed recently. And 6 o'clock on a Saturday night is not my best time to remember. But no, there we go. Tanks are expensive to run. I buy enough. Tanks are expensive to run. It's how much power and all that sort of stuff you put through it that makes it expensive to run. It's like, my car is super expensive to run. No, it's because I drive it at 90 miles an hour everywhere and it's got a 15-litre engine. It hasn't, of course, but you know. Queer Your Vapes, hey Vaping Biker, just wanted to say your article was good and it was a good read. Thank you very much indeed. I was getting my creative writing on with that one. I like that one. Look at the B2K. B2K, yes, reviewed that yesterday. Really enjoying it. Got it on top of the EOS. How's your father? Still right now and enjoying it. I've still got that weird kind of colour set up that I had to put on there for that, but you know, shit happens. CL Spencer, thanks a ton, brother. No worries at all. Let me know how you get on with those ones, Earl. What else have? Too late now, Daniel. Too late. It's all been about you. But you fucking, it's at the end now. You can't say at the end. It's all right. Daniel and Alex, I'll let you get away. I'll let you get away with it because, you know, you're nice people. Right, what else we got going on? Anything else? I don't think there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else that I can go into right now. So, all in all, I am going to bugger off and go and have a Saturday night. I do hope you have a fantastic Saturday night. My plan is to get another review up tomorrow. And then Monday will probably be a vape mail for the Patreon people. And also, I'm going to get back into doing the small group hangouts with the Patreon people as well. So, we'll make that one a thing. And also we're going to have some of essentially like Nick's $2 sales, but we'll be doing a similar thing to that one. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on over there. Once I create myself some time, I can learn how to. I've got all my screen printing stuff, so I can learn how to screen print. So that's going to give me more options when it comes to t-shirts and merch and sizes. Because I know a lot of people have issues not being able to get big enough when it comes to the t-shirts and stuff. And I just haven't been able to find a supplier that does a better job. No, all in all, I think we are good to go. So thank you so much for joining me. I will see you again tomorrow, and I will do my level best to take this channel to the next level. Like I say, we're so close. We're like 200 and some people away from 60k now, and so I'm gonna keep pushing. I've got 100k in my sights now, so you know, let's see if that happens. And it's not about numbers. It's not, but it's just nice for me to have a focus, because as with anything you do in life, it's nice to have something to focus on as an end goal. If you don't achieve it, it's not the end of the world. It's all about that trying and failing and learning along the way. So it would be great, but it's not essential. I don't really care what happens with the channel, because I know that there are some people out there that do enjoy me prattling on about shite, and it still beggars belief. But there we go. Thank you so much. So thank you very much for the support on the channel. Thank you very much to all the Patreons, and thank you just for being gorgeous bastards. Right. I will see you very, very soon. Have a larger.